What's up guys, I'm Chris Keller, and if you watch some of my previous videos, I've been teaching you some of the most basic fundamentals that there are in soccer. However, in today's video, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Instead of teaching you guys another fundamental of the sport, I'm going to be teaching you what it means to have good sportsmanship. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you 3 different scenarios that you're guaranteed to come across if you're a beginner to the sport, things that are definitely going to happen to you, and I'm going to show you ways that you should and should not respond to those things in order to have good sportsmanship. Let's get started. Now guys, for all the scenarios that we're going to be using today, we're going to be putting on a fake game. So we have our black team here and our red team here that's going to be helping us show what it means to have good sportsmanship. For all these scenarios, I ask that you remember these are geared for younger kids, for beginners. So we're going to pretend that our helpers here on the black and red team are younger kids. For scenario 1, this is something that you're guaranteed to run into, is when you're playing in a game and everybody's kind of running around and all of a sudden 2 players accidentally run into each other. Let's see what that looks like. Like I said, there's a 100% chance this is going to happen because we're all kids and accidents happen. What you don't want to do is when you run into each other is assume that the other player did it on purpose and start yelling at him or her.
Dude, what the heck? You did that on purpose, man. Nuh-uh, you need to watch where you're going.
Now guys, that's not the right way to handle this as far as sportsmanship goes. Like I said, if this happens 9 times out of 10, it's an accident, so treat it like an accident. The sportsman-like way to handle this is to help each other up, apologize, and move on.
Hey man, I'm really sorry. It was an accident. It's okay, man. I wasn't looking where I was going.
So now we're moving on to scenario number 2. Another thing that may happen if you're a beginner and you're playing the sport for the first time is somebody on the field may fall down and get hurt. I don't tell you this to scare you or anything, but you're playing soccer and sometimes accidents happen and people fall down and they get hurt. Here's what you shouldn't do if that happens when you're on the field.
Cry, baby.
Just to recap on that, if somebody gets hurt, you definitely shouldn't point and laugh at them, and you definitely shouldn't crowd around them either. Allow for the referee or the coaches to come on the field so they can properly assess the situation. Let's look at what you should do to properly show good sportsmanship when somebody gets hurt on the field.
Ow.
Come on, buddy, I'll help you up.
Okay.
Come on. I'll help you up.
Notice how in this instance, the players showed good sportsmanship in a couple of different ways. First of all, when the player was hurt, everybody backed up and took a knee so that the referee could come on and properly assess the situation. Afterwards, when the referee helped the player up, all the other players clapped, which is a good way to show that you're glad they're okay. So for the third and final situation that I'm going to show you guys is how you should behave after the game is over. Now let's say the referee blows a whistle, the game is over. What you absolutely should not do is start yelling about how many goals you scored or who won or make fun of the other team for losing like this.
I scored 100 goals!
You guys are big fat losers!
We're the winners! We're the winners!
Now remember guys, at this age, everybody's a beginner in the sport. So absolutely nobody should be keeping score or telling anybody how many goals they scored, and there's really not a winner or a loser when it comes to these games. The proper way to handle after these games to show good sportsmanship is by lining up with your team, shaking hands, and telling everybody they had a good game, like this.
Good game.
Good game.
Good game.
Good game.
Like I said at the beginning of the video, I know that learning good sportsmanship isn't really a basic fundamental of soccer, but I promise you it's still just as important. Learning to have a good attitude and showing good sportsmanship to other players will help you become a better soccer player and a better person. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully you learned something today, and hopefully now you understand both how to have good sportsmanship and why it's so important to have good sportsmanship. Remember to keep practicing everything that I've taught you so far, and I'll see you next time.